watching my Mystery Science Fun video! Don't forget to like if you like my videos. Don't forget to dislike if you don't like my videos. Subscribe and comment too!
Alright, for today's video, we're going to do something a little cool where we're going to use some water and some matches to suck up some water and show you what kind of happens. It's kind of a cool thing to see. Before we get started, I want to make sure for all the kids who are watching, even the adults too, make sure you're being very safe. Kids, if you're doing this, get your parents to help you. You should not be playing with fire. So make sure that you're watching that when you're taking care of the video. You're making sure that you're being absolutely safe. Fire is dangerous. But if you handle it the right way, this could be very fun too. So let's get started and let's talk about first what we actually need to do what we're doing today.
What you will need will be a plate filled with water,
A clear cup of some sort just so you can see what you're doing. The lighter the better, so even a plastic cup will work very well.
some matches, although be careful and make sure you have a parent. Also for parents, be very careful.
Something to put the matches in, because when you put the matches into the water, obviously if you just put them in, they're going to get wet and they won't light, so and you need to be able to have them lit. So something to put the matches in. In this case, we're going to use a little bit of paper towel. We'll show you. And some food coloring we're going to use right over here. This we're going to be using, you don't need to use the food coloring, but we're going to do that to give it a little bit extra effect so you can actually see what's happening.
Now that you know what we need, let's do this.
So the first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to fill this plate up with some water. Now that we have the water, we're just going to put a little bit of food coloring just so you guys can see what's happening. And we're going to give that a second just to settle and soak in and let that run through so the whole thing will be nice and blue. Next up, we're going to use our matches, and as you can see we have them here. Now, you need something to hold the matches in. In this case, I've used a moist paper towel and I've put the matches inside. And then, of course, you put this into center. The reason I use this method is because by having this moist, it kind of has an extra safety barrier. If you light the matches on and it burns all the way down, depending on what you have the matches in, it can catch on fire if you use a regular paper towel. In this case, I wet it. That'll help mitigate any fire or anything like that. And it's an extra safety precaution for me. And then, of course, you have to also make sure that this can fit in the cup. So you want to make sure that it's set in such a way that it's bundled, that when you put it, because it's going to be, this is going to go in the plate and the cup goes on top. And you want to make sure that when that happens, there's actually enough room for both the paper towel, and you want to leave enough room for the matches that the fire doesn't make contact with the top of the cup.
Guys, that actually looks like a cupcake.
So now we're going to take our little cupcake paper towel holder, and we're going to put it in. We got to be quick because we don't want the water to absorb into this too much. So we're going to place it in, then we're going to light the matches and put the cup on top. So I've got our matches ready here. So let's place this right in the center. We're going to go ahead and light a match. We're going to light all three of these.
Guys, that's a little scary.
And then we're going to place this right on top. And watch what happens.
Oh my gosh,
and
guys.
as you can see,
That looks so cool.
it's sucking the water all the way up. Now look at that. How cool is that?
That's really cool.
See, it sucked the water in. Now, what's happening here is when you have the fire from the matches, it's actually, fire needs oxygen to burn. It needs a few things, but one of the things it does need is oxygen. So now when you put the cup on top, there's only a certain amount of oxygen that's in here. When it uses up all the oxygen, the matches go out, but it's still trying to pull. It's trying to suck up. It's used up oxygen, so it's trying to pull more. And because there's a gap between the plate and the cup, that little gap is enough for it to suck up. As it uses up all the oxygen that's in the cup, it's going to suck up and try and suck through. And it's going to create like a suction. And that's what you're seeing here right now, is it suctioned it up until it became kind of balanced. And then the balance between how much oxygen is in here, how much oxygen is left, versus the weight and the buoyancy of the water is now balanced. And this we have right here.
Alright guys, here's the fun part. I'm going to lift up the cup. So let's do it. Oh, wow. Oh my god. Alright guys, it's time for me to go. Thank you for watching.